Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chris, and this is my channel, Chris P44S. And today I'm going to be playing Pathfinder Gallowspire Survivors, a game that has a lot of mixed reviews on Steam. And to be honest, it's justifiably so. This game, I do think, I'll be straight up, for $5.50, I think it's a pretty solid price point. Do I understand why it has some mixed reviews? Yes. But at the same time, I'm just going to be straight up and tell you what I think in the first 2 seconds of the video, so you really don't even have to watch the rest of it, I guess. But I think the game is decent. For $5.50, it's probably worth it. This is a really, really nice foundation to what I think could be a really, really nice game. Like I said, I understand, but when I'm saying like a nice game, I mean a game that's getting like tons of thumbs up. I really don't think it's that far from that point right now. I did read some of the reviews, and a lot of it's just like, they don't really like the upgrades. They don't like the upgrade system, and it's just missing out. I think that a lot of people think the game's kind of slow. Some of the bosses are kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. I feel like the bosses are meta checks. So basically, like, because it's a roguelite, it has the like universal currency thing going on where you're upgrading your characters after the game and stuff. So like, I think the game just tries to meta check you so that like you just can't beat the game in your first playthrough, which is kind of fine. But I think like, if you're good enough, you should be able to beat the game in your first playthrough. Like, I think that's just a thing. It's like the whole Sekiro argument, where like there's a guy who could beat the tutorial boss, so the game probably should have just ended right there. But the thing is, like, 99.9% of people can't do that, so that's fine. You know what I mean? But I do think this game is a pretty solid foundation and a good price. So if you want to click away, go ahead. But if you're going to stick around, we're just going to play some of Pathfinder Survivors, probably like 20-25 minutes or so. So let's just jump into the game. And so one of the first things I'm going to say right now is I think one of these characters is way cooler than all the rest. I'm not going to tell you which one that is. I'm just going to play with that character. So that's it. You can also pick a companion from one of the three characters. So obviously going forward, I think a great thing to do would be, number one, to make more characters. These characters are pretty solid, but as I said, one's definitely better than the other ones. My big beef with like the companion thing is I don't really understand. Like, I feel like the companion kind of levels with you, but at the same time, like, you can only pick stuff for your companion, or like you can't pick any upgrades and stuff for your companion. And I really feel like you kind of should be able to pick like one or two extra skills, and then like as you open chests, those level as well. Kind of a thing, or like once you pick the skills, they level every time you level, and they get upgraded every time you open a chest. I also think you should be able to pick like the other half of your character. So like for the I don't want to be in here. So like the wizards, what you can actually do too is like, so there's like female and male or whatever, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, if did I upgrade this fully? Thought I did. If you pick the wizard, oops, you should be able to pick like the female wizard to go along with you. I think that would be pretty neat. I'm gonna pick the rogue to go along with, because the fighter is just straight up melee and the rogue has ranged, so like, it's decent. I just think this companion system could easily be upgraded. And so everything I'm saying, like, this is just kind of like, if the developer watches my videos and wants like more thumbs up, I'm not saying I'm like the guru or king of gaming. I'm just saying I like would I you know I will give this a positive review on Steam, but I think if you really want to make this really nice, just listen to the community and they'll tell you how to do it. Like I said, I think this is a great foundation for a game. I think the characters and enemy models, like all the models in this game, I think are really stellar for the like arena survival bullet hell like genre that you've fallen into with this game. I think they're definitely well enough. If you want a little tutorial about the game, you run around, kill stuff, level up, and pick up chests. Chests, basically, what happens in the chest is there's actually a dice roll that I turned off. I should probably turn it on. But it's just kind of faster if you leave it off. You can see like the skip dice roll. What happens when you open up a chest is like you get a dice roll, and the higher on the d20 you are, the more things it'll upgrade in here. So when you're playing, you get attacks. You basically can acquire 3 additional attacks and then 4 passive skills. And then okay, so another another thing though that I do want to say is like when you play the game, you can pick up 3 attacks. But and then kind of what happens is when you level up, you don't get offered any new skills. You just get upgraded for the skills that you already have. I think something that would be really nice for this game. I always say really because I really mean it. But I think something that would be nice for this game is like still like prompt a new skill to be put in, like let the player be able to like get rid of an attack and put a new one in, like swap out. And so what I've noticed so far is like once you lock up these attack slots, you're never granted any new attacks. You're only like when it comes up for a card to choose, you're only given cards to upgrade your existing skills, like attacks and passives, pretty much. And I think that's like, it's kind of fine, but it takes a player a really long time. It takes a player a really long time to figure out what skills are better than others, and it forces you to like to do these runs that you may or may not be interested in doing. Now I think I'm just saying really way too much. That's way too many reallys. But let the players swap out attacks as they go through or as they see fit. I mean, I just don't see a reason like to lock people in as you're grinding through the whole the tower, quote unquote tower, or dungeon, if you will. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. But what I'm gonna try to do, I guess, is I might go with this frostbite. I did kind of a lightning wizard before this, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I might try to do like a frost theme thing, and so that kind of goes into another idea that I think would be good for the game, is to have synergies. So like say you want to play a frost wizard, like for example, and you know, like the more frost or ice based magic attacks you have, like you get more bonuses for ice based magic. And same thing with the knight, like the more melee attacks you have, like the more melee bonuses you get for all of them. You know, synergies is a huge thing in these types of games, and it's just going to add another layer to the game and make it more interesting to the player base. So with that being said, I'm going to pick up frostbite. Sorry. Sorry for rambling, but I mean, I'm going to probably try to like fit in a lot of the ideas I have about improving the game while I'm playing it. See, now I want to take this fallen star because it looks cool. Create a shower of small meteors that randomly hits enemies. See, I did want to make a flame-based one, but I'm not super wild about the other flame. So I'll probably just take fallen star because I think it looks really cool. Another thing about the passive skills, I think Oh wow, that was actually pretty neat. I wasn't being sarcastic, that was actually pretty neat. So we can get Howling Blizzard, creates a cone of frigid air towards a random enemy within range. That seems pretty cool. We'll get that. But you see, like, now too, I just hit escape and it shows me like what I have going on. Now I'm all out of attacks, so like we're done, and you'll see like as we level up, like we're done getting new attacks now, you know, which I think is kind of lame, and not for nothing, but like this Force Barrage, you should be able to swap it out and just get another attack of whatever you like. So this is the dice roll thing that kind of happens. So you can see like, well, it went by fast, but if you get like a 20, we'll leave it up and do another one. If you get like the 20, like the crit. Oh, that was kind of cool. What was that? That was the Howling Blizzard cone. Yeah, that was pretty neat. Frost, I think, could definitely be pretty cool. Yeah, but see, like they have like the cold stuff going on. So like it kind of makes me wonder if there is synergies and they just never tell you about it. But I think it should be more obvious, you know, like I do want to take toughness because I think toughness is a really good passive because it increases your health every time. So we're going to roll the d20 again on this chest. Okay, and we got 8. So yeah, basically like I said, like the higher roll you get, the more actual upgrades you'll get for your skills and stuff like that. But I don't think there might be something that goes towards rolls like in the metagame upgrade. But I'm not sure. I kind of wanted to look at something in the escape menu. Freeze time is like our ultimate, and I do think it's pretty good to have this because our ultimate is like crazy good on the wizard. Yeah, so I think like in here, you know, like to have another box to like talk about synergies and stuff, I think would be really, really neat. I also think like as far as like tips and stuff for playing the game, I find it to probably a better use of your time if you just basically run and get all the chests as fast as they come up. We're about to be done and skipping this d20 though. So I'm just going to go back in here and go to skip the dice roll. And we'll run towards the next chest here. We don't really want fast recovery. I guess I'll take... I want to see what other passives there, because I did spend a lot of time when I was checking out the game to looking at like the actual attacks and stuff you can get. I think, like I said, I mean, that's really my big gripe is not being offered new attacks as you go through, and like being stuck with kind of like your, at least with the wizard, I just don't think like the Force Barrage is very good. And like I said, like going forward with synergies, it's just like a force projectile. Like it might be like the best attack in the game, I don't know. But if you're trying to push the synergy thing, and I think for players to get a good taste of what's going on, you should be able to do one playthrough and see like a lot of options that you have for future playthroughs, you know. And I guess going along with that, I think if you were offered like if you decided, so say you played like 4 or 5 levels, like obviously your skills would be upgraded quite a bit because you've gone through the levels, you've been leveling up, you've been opening chests. I think that, like, say if it's a common attack, it should just kind of fall into an average under what, like, on how far upgraded your other attacks have been. And say you get like a rare, like you should get that average plus whatever. Or if it's unique or legendary, I think is the other one. You know, it should be plus even more. We are going to take fleet because I think movement speed is really good. Oh, so there is luck, increased chance to find chests. But chests seem to pop up all the time, so I don't really know how good that is. And we will still have another passive to look for. I'm just gonna take the Fallen Star. Fallen Star seems pretty cool. There is a fireball, I think, for the flame wizards out there. So as far as I know, there's just the ice, fire, and lightning. I haven't really seen anything else, but I mean, I've done a good handful of playthroughs. So yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing any like crazy passives that I haven't seen before. This one's kind of neat with the rerolls, because having a lot of rerolls does let you reroll aggressively towards legendaries, which I think are pretty good. But we're just gonna take another freeze time. Where's that chest? I do kind of like this end of the dungeon thing that they have going on, where it's like, oh, you have 30 seconds, but if you're close to a chest, it gives you enough time. I think a quick fix, though, to make it a little bit faster is like when you go to teleport out, it puts a teleporter and a chest like right on top of each other. So you open up the last chest and then you just go through the teleport. Or like once the teleporter procs, like you're given a d20 roll on the chest menu, or however it's coded, or you know. I think that would be a little bit nicer than having to kind of like run through, or like run for 20 seconds just to pick up a chest and you're not really doing anything. I think that would be nice. And like, again, like all the criticism isn't negative. It's because I think this is there is a story going on here between the floors too. If you buy the game, you know, take the time to read it. It's actually kind of neat. But the criticism isn't negative. I generally think this could be a good game, and so like if it was me or whatever, obviously these are the things that I would like to see. And going back to what I said before, like, I'm not the game guru. I don't work for IGN, you know. I don't know what the best thing to do is, but like for my sake, I love like these fantasy games like that. And I think this game has done a lot of things right. Like I said, you know, with like the art style and the models and stuff. I mean, there is a pretty expansive, and I haven't even got that far, to be honest. Like, I think there is a pretty expansive number of enemy types and models, and I think like they all look really good. Like, they don't look, you know, obviously it's not super high def, but like there's enough contrast in the enemy type to be like this is interesting, and they look good, you know. To where it's like, look, we got like necromancers and like some goblin trolls, you know, skeleton enemies, you know, some wraiths and stuff going on. And this is actually like another little mini boss here that's like blazing at me. But here I'm actually going to use my ultimate, so I'm going to hit, okay. Well, I almost hit R. We're just going to take, we're actually going to take the frostbite, because I think it's pretty neat. But we're going to use our ultimate, and so this stops time. Which is pretty cool because it actually stops time like on my attacks and stuff too. Yeah, we just really want to kill this guy like ASAP. And then we're going to have to grab some stuff. Claim that. I think the luck thing... So it says 3.80 increased chance to find chests. I think the luck should have... I feel like it should have more to do with the rolls, and maybe it does, and it's just worded poorly. So actually, let's take lucky and see if we can kind of like gauge if we're actually getting better dice rolls. I think it'll probably be like kind of hard to figure out, but should be okay. Should have like some idea, because we are going to be opening like a lot of chests. So there's 4, so that's a pretty high dice roll. I definitely understand though, like the criticism in the reviews on Steam about the upgrades though. I feel like there could be some more passives and stuff, because the passives like they go across all the characters. I haven't seen any discrepancy from playing the warrior class for a couple hours to playing the wizard class for a couple hours. All the passives are exactly the same. Except obviously there's no freeze time with the warrior, but there is a passive um, upgrade that's geared towards the warrior's ultimate. We're just going to take the force. Let's actually do a reroll. Yeah. Let's do the Howling Blizzard. I would kind of like to see like how these are upgraded, kind of like almost like a scaling system. So like, say we've gotten a lot of upgrades for Frostbite and Falling Star, and maybe not so many for Howling Blizzard, but it's kind of hard to tell, you know, just from being a new player. Like, it would be nice if there was some kind of like, you know, like Frostbite's been updated, like upgraded 3.75 times, Frostbite 4, Howling Blizzard 2.2 or something, you know, just so we could maybe try. But the same thing, you know, because like it's going to give the players more information about the game, and then to build towards like a meta, you know, like a meta wizard or whatever. But that's what I think keeps players, you know, playing games, is like give the players a lot of information, and you know what I mean, let them learn and figure out and like do deep dives into your games to find like what the meta is, you know. And I think a game like this, I think people would be interested enough, given like the positive things I've had to say about the game, to kind of take it to that level, you know. And I think it'd be really interesting. Honestly, like the particle effects and like the special effects for the wizard, I think are really, really good. Like I said, I think we're gonna take the epic freeze time. I think the warrior ones are kind of bland, and I didn't really play around with the rogue much, just because wizards are typically the best. Wizards are typically the coolest. I mean, you know, human people that shoot fire and ice out of their hands, I don't know, pretty neat. Though, like I said, the warrior's pretty interesting too, but like his attacks are definitely, like his skills are definitely not as cool as the wizards. And I think maybe that could be something to improve upon too, is, you know, trying to make that like a thing, you know. It's kind of hard with the warrior because like you basically unlock different weapons and stuff like that. So then he basically like has like these spirit weapons that pop up and do stuff, and I was like, it'd be really cool if the you know, the warrior just actually swung his sword, and then maybe some spirits to other stuff going on. But it could be cool with the warrior, like, or you could do, you know, you could do like a paladin class with a kind of like some. Let's see if we can walk to the next chest. Can we make it there in 20 seconds? We do have fleet, which I think is a really good passive. But see, like this part of the game, you know, not for nothing, but like this is kind of lame. But everybody who plays the game is going to want to do this, because like you basically get one free chest if you can make it there, you know. And it's like, just give us the chest and move on. I think that would be a little bit better. An 89 AR. I wonder what AR is. It was defeated by Aradin. Maybe AR is, I don't know, after somebody. I should probably learn more about the lore before making a review, huh? Now, the meteor shower is pretty cool. The lightning, I was a really big fan of. I wished I could get rid of my initial skill, like the force pressure or whatever it's called. Excuse me, the force barrage. Or it'd be cool, like if there was like more force skills, you know. You know what the funny thing is too? I kind of forgot to check to see if this was early access or not. It would be funny if the game was actually early access and they had all these plans already, like in some kind of like timeline and mapped out. And I'm just like, this would be cool. This would be cool. Excuse me. All right, so we're gonna take another look here. That would be kind of funny. Excuse my coughing. I'm actually just like getting over a cold. Or some kind of flu bug or something. Got it like 2 or 3 days ago, and finally like getting over it. And it's like, all right, time to, you know, time to try to record something for the YouTubes. for the YouTubes. I do want to try to get a little bit farther. I know I'm probably getting close to like the 20-minute window here. I'm actually getting kind of beasted here. I do feel like the lightning wizard was a little bit more powerful, but that's because like there's like a chain lightning, and chain lightning is just amazing in most games. Let's reroll this. Ooh. Passive lucky. Rare lucky. Let's actually, we're just gonna freeze time here. Hika Vista. Yeah, the freeze time is so much better than like the warrior's ultimate too. Somebody spent a lot of time on the wizard and not much time on the warrior. They're like, only low intelligence players will play with the warrior. Let's not worry about it too much. Only high IQ people play with the wizard. That's not true, I'm just saying that. Yeah, see how weak this is? Come on, let me get rid of that and get something else. I think I kind of went over like most of my my initial gripes with my initial criticisms with the game. I think, yeah, more upgrades overall. I think you should like maybe get like some extra pass, like an extra passive slot maybe or something. I do want to get like all this XP. I'm not getting really any good level ups. I guess we'll just do frostbite. Honestly, when I took the there's like the reroll passive skill that I was talking about. As you level it up, like it basically just keeps giving you more and more rerolls. That one I think is actually like might be worth it, the investment. Just because I think it really helps you level your character faster. Like I said, how you can like kind of be a little bit more aggressive with the reroll. And like I haven't seen any legendaries in this playthrough. I was gonna say I probably shouldn't, but I shit you not. The first playthrough I had, like the third chest, I found a legendary skill, and I was like, wow, that seems pretty easy. Eradin, the patriarch of humankind, who was the last living member of the ancient people known as the Eslanti. See, like, I think they have good lore kind of going on here, too. This is another thing that I thought was kind of funny. Is when you start this, you can see how I'm, like, regenning HP, like, while this is going off. So you can literally just sit here and regen, like, while you're waiting. I don't know if the time survived really matters. Like, how much it actually goes. It probably goes towards it a little bit if you actually beat the tower. But like I said, we keep getting meta checked and stuff, so it's kind of like... This, I think, is a meta check right here, this Grave General. So we don't have to regen totally, but... Basically, he's just talking about... Oh, I forgot my other criticism. Put a freaking roll in this game. Like, if you're going to have a character like this, like, my companion cannot dodge. Cannot dodge that. Like, it's so hard to dodge. Like, you have to be like over here. And see, like, my companion still took 10 damage. It's just like, I don't know, man. That just doesn't seem very good. It's almost impossible to dodge that. I like have done it a couple times, but you have to be like super far away and kind of do that, like get him stuck on the wall so he gets stunned. But then it kind of like, it's kind of hard to, you know, keep like the damage on him going. See, I still took 10. I still took 10 there. Ah, well struck, little one, but you stand with but one companion. Will I have a legion on my side? Yeah, but it'd be nice if I could actually upgrade my companion. Yeah, see, like this part where you like start to fight the army. We're just gonna alter here. But it's like, it almost seems like you definitely want to have a lot of those meta progression stuff like filled up, like leveled up. The one cool thing that you can do with the wizard is see, if you had a roll, I think it would, this boss would be like a little bit, it would be a little bit easier to do all this. Although I do seem to be doing pretty good with these frost skills. Oh, guy's back. Guy's back. Oh gosh. Yeah, we're about to drop some decent damage on that. Ten damage. 10 damage to your companion. Oh, my guy went down. We're gonna have to circle back for the rogue companion. We got him. We got him. Well, that one dodged pretty easily. Yeah, the one nice thing about the lightning stuff too was like we had a really, really good range with a lot of the lightning skills. Maybe if we could like get another ultimate built up. I don't think that's gonna happen though. Oh, I just got freaking spiked. Got nuked by the darkness. Yeah, so I really do think that like level 5 boss right there is a meta check, which is fine. You know, it's a thing that they put in games. But yeah, I definitely would like a dodge, and you know, hopefully if one of the developers was watching, hopefully they kind of maybe would jot some notes down, or I'm sure a lot of the stuff is in the comments on the Steam. Do I think it should get like a mixed review? Maybe. Maybe mixed is fine. Like at time of release, it's probably fine. Yeah, and then we can just claim our quests here and get our EXP and tokens and whatnot. And then you obviously can go back here. You can upgrade potions and actually level up potions too, which I thought was kind of cool. So like say there's the healing. There is one here. Increased double essence drop chance by 10. Or increased essence drop chance by... Yeah, so then this just keeps like going up. But I think it's you know, pretty neat so far. Oh, so we're grinding out the levels down here. It's pretty cool. I got this guy to level 2. So we're gonna get more coins and stuff. Yeah, I think that like whoever you pick as a companion should get EXP too. I think that would be kind of neat. But like I said before, I think this is like a pretty solid game. I kind of want to jump back out just to see if this was actually early access or not. Oh yeah, so it says early access game. Oops. Yeah, we're just kind of like diddling around now while recording. But yeah, I think the game, like I think for $5.50, I definitely think the game's worth it. I think that there's definitely a really nice foundation, as I stated before, and I think for me, like the big things that I see, I mentioned in the video. So you know, feel free to let me know, like if you guys watched the video all the way through, like what you think you would like to change about the game. You know, do you like the game as it is, or would you obviously like to see more? I think honestly, anytime more characters with a game like this is always something people want to see. But you know, like I said, really nice foundation here, and I think this has a lot of potential if the developer wants to continue pushing it through. So, with that being said, that's my video. My name is Chris, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next one.